Tim Walz steps in it again, and the mainstream media is goofing up with the votes again. Welcome to John, Mike, Keen. We're going to join Tim Walz on the road as he tries to recover from what Biden did to his campaign.
You said over the weekend, referring to it, there's a direct parallel to a big rally that happened in the mid-1930s at Madison Square Garden.
Well, look,
you were comparing that rally to a Nazi rally?
Look, I'm comparing it to the hate that came out of this, and I think they confirmed that.
There's a lot of hate coming out of that rally. I saw more Jewish flags than American flags, practically. It was amazing. We're going to get more of Tim Walz's devastating spin on that, and the media is turning against him. But first, here's some big news from Kyle Becker. WNEP Scranton mistakenly showed the Pennsylvania results for the 2024 election. The ABC News affiliate called it a, quote, test run, and you'll never guess who they showed winning during this car race. Look at the bottom of the screen. Right here, there it is. Harris, 52%, Trump, 47%. They called her a win in a test of the chyron at the bottom of the screen. Now that's strangely suspicious to me. Is it all just a coincidence? I, of course, am not allowed to comment. I'm just asking a question and reporting. Here's another one I'm reporting on. I can barely even talk about. Breaking: Dominion machines affected nationwide, says Jocelyn Benson, Democrat.
Been issues with the programming of the bats with specifically
Yes.
from Dominion.
Mm-hmm.
Why was that only caught in the past few days, and why can't it be fixed? I saw the release with the
Yeah, this is a nationwide issue with Dominion voter access terminals in the counties that use them. And the voter access terminals, of course, not all the machines, just the ones that are accessible, have an issue with the straight party voting and a programming issue that's, again, affected the machines nationwide. And I think all of us that use Dominion machines were unhappy.
Oh, good. Well, it only affects the machines that they have access to, and it's only the main presidential votes that are affected by the Dominion machines nationwide. I have no comment on this.
To learn about this during the testing period and as early voting began. So we're working with Dominion to seek accountability on that front, and also are working with our clerks to ensure voters are aware of this programming issue that will require them to ensure they are voting every section on the ballot.
I guess the only good news from this is that it's public and we know about it. So it's not done in the dark. They're being public about it, and that at least makes me glad.
Do you think it's a bigger issue in Michigan because we do allow voters to cross over in ways that a lot of other states don't?
Because we have straight party. It's not struck me as I've talked to my other colleagues in other states. They're just as upset about it as we are. So, yeah, or surprised, I think. Yeah.
She's surprised. I wonder why she's surprised. I mean, if only someone warned us about Dominion voting machines. I can't think of anyone or any party or anybody. I have no idea what she's talking about. I'm just at a loss for words here. I'm shocked. Are you shocked? Now, let's get to the polls. Here's this day in history on October 30th. This is 2024. Look at Trump in the national average. He's ahead. Wisconsin ahead. Pennsylvania ahead. Ohio. Michigan is the only one that he's behind by at 0.5. Arizona, Trump up 2.5. Nevada, Trump up 0.5. North Carolina, he's up. Georgia, he's up. Florida, of course, he's up. But back in 2020, Biden was ahead of Trump in every state but Arizona. In 2016, and that's by up to 6%. In 2016, Hillary Clinton was ahead of Trump by 5-6%, and Trump was only taking Ohio back then, and Georgia, and he was tied in Florida. This looks very good for Trump, and that's why this Democrat is completely freaking out on CNN.
I think it would be great if she could run on what Biden has done, because what Biden has done is actually tremendous. And I think it is absolutely bananas that she has to even think of distancing herself.
Yes, Kamala Harris, run on Joe Biden's record. That's a Republican who's saying, I agree. And they're laughing at her at how absurd this is. I'm sure there's Democrats going, what are you saying? What are you doing?
From the Jobs and Infrastructure Act, from the CHIPS Act, from the PACT Act. We haven't done infrastructure. Why are you laughing?
Please keep talking about the CHIPS Act.
She's furious that the only response a Republican give her is to laugh at her. How dare you? What are you laughing at? It should be obvious to her.
If you look at the polling on the issues, Joe Biden is 60% disapproved on every single major issue.
She says, I don't care about the polling. I'll say, if you want Kamala Harris to run on Joe Biden's record, yeah, you cannot possibly care about the polling. Now we're going to wrap up on the rest of Tim Walz stepping in it.
You stand by that comparison, though, to a Nazi rally?
Look, the rally, you saw it for yourself. I'll let the American public make the decision of what they saw.
What about you, though?
So I know what I saw, and I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, he's not saying it again, though. He's just saying, oh, go back to what I saw, whatever you saw. If you saw a Nazi rally, there's something wrong with you. That includes Tim Walz. That includes the Democrats. I guess you see what you want to see. And I only feel bad at you that you've gaslit yourself and allowed these people to put that kind of hatred in your heart. If that's what you see, I'm John Mike Keene. What did you see?